talk about the green card marriage process from India to the United States. It's funny, I'm actually right here outside the Indian consulate in New York City near Central Park, where you can actually try to get some documentation and things if you need them as part of your case. But we're going to talk about what evidence you need specifically in terms of the documents, because everybody knows you want to bring your husband, wife from a foreign country. You have to file the I-130. But let's talk about specifically India, which is one of the largest countries in the world, the most diverse, because you've got Hindus, you've got Christians, you've got Sikhs, you've got Muslims, and there's some things that are different for each one. So watch this video and I'll kind of break it down for you. All right. So again, for Muslims, it's a little bit different. Hindus a little bit different. Let's start for the Hindus. So Hindus, if you get married, you're a Hindu and you have to actually, you can get married in a temple, but you do have to get, your marriage registered, under the Hindu Marriage Act. There's people that, you can have your marriage in a temple, but then you have to go to the courthouse. You have to get the proper documentation to make sure that your marriage is registered. All right. And that's specifically for them. Now let's talk about for Muslims. What happens for Muslims? All right. So if people are married in a Islamic religious ceremony, there has to be a certificate that's issued by the religious authority, such as a nikah, okay, which is usually a contract issued by a mosque, or, it could be a marriage certificate issued by the Waqf board. All right. So that's sufficient proof of marriage. And, you can also do an additional registration with government authorities, but it's not necessary or mandatory. The most important thing is for Muslims that you actually do get, this Islamic, process done. You have the nikah, you have this Waqf board that recognizes it. If you don't have that, then it's a little bit of a problem. All right. And for, again, for Sikhs, you can be married, in a temple, go to the Rava, and then you can basically go and get it registered as well. Christians as well. You can be married in a church. A marriage certificate issued by a Christian church needs to be registered in the office of the registrar of marriages. Okay. So that's something important that you want to make sure you get done. All right. Because there's so much diversity, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Hindus are getting married in different ways, but the process is very similar and registration is required. Okay. That's not the only thing. You do need a lot of evidence. You got to have time that you're spending with your husband and wife overseas, travel tickets and other things like that as well to demonstrate you're in a real relationship. That's the key thing. It's a bona fide real relationship. All right. Once you get that I-130 approved, it gets sent to the visa center for visa processing. That's where you're going to have to upload other documents. All right. So if you're previously married, in India, you're going to have to get a divorce certificate. All right. If you are, your spouse is over there, you're going to have to get a birth certificate. All right. And you upload all those documents.